Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad that you could join this morning, or if you're viewing this video later on, I hope you enjoy it. We're going to talk today. I'm Tanya Roby, an almost Young Living Gold, pushing up on gold this month. Very excited. And I want to talk today with you about how to get started strong with Young Living. And that might mean a lot of different things to everybody watching this video. But I want to really dive into this question of how do I start me strong in the Young Living lifestyle? And then how do I duplicate that across my team? So we're going to move through about three different pieces today. Part one, really talking about the me journey, because all journeys start inside, start right here. And so it's really important to begin with you. Then we're going to talk more about just sharing it more casually. Those of you that are really excited to use the oils but are wishing you could get your products for free. Good morning. Thanks for joining. Hi, everyone. Hi. So the second part we're going to talk about, is on that smaller scale. How do I get my oils paid for? How can I use the oils heavily and share them just enough to get a paycheck every month that covers the cost of my addiction or my essential oils habit? And the third thing that we're going to talk about is that bigger step. Okay, I'm in love with the oils and I want to really change my life, understanding how huge and how real the opportunity that Young Living has to offer is, and some strategies to partner with Sarah Harnish's game plan training system in order to really launch your business very quickly. And several of you beauties watching this call, I know, have been using this system and are building incredibly fast, and it is your extraordinary speed and success that inspired me to put this little class together. So let's dive right in. Step one, please have your notebooks out unless you're commuting to work. This, you get in this profession, 100%, you get out what you put in. So be a passionate student. Get your notebook, please take notes. So step one is become a product of a product. So let's start, become a product of the product. So let's start by being oily and fabulous. So I'm going to put on Believe right now. I've already put on probably 15 or 20 oils this morning, but Believe, because it's so important to believe in yourself and to believe that change is possible. So let's begin. If you have your oils, please grab a few. Be generous. None of this one little drop stuff. Put a couple drops in your palms and slather. Asking your body where the oil wants to go and applying it generously. And then taking a moment, not just for that topical application, that moment of self-care, but then to take a few breaths together, taking a deep breath from the palms. Inviting those frequencies to sweep across the brain. Isn't it incredible? Essential oils move in 3 seconds. 3 seconds and we're supported. And taking a moment as we breathe just to offer some gratitude. Thank goodness Young Living found me. And I'm so grateful for how much my life has changed. So please become a product of the product. What does that mean? Okay? Essential oils, like any other natural remedy, it's a lifestyle more than a one drop will do you. Right? So to become a product of a product, to get the amazing benefits, good morning, Vanessa, to get the amazing benefits of what Young Living has to offer, we have to use the products, okay? Now, let me tell you, when I first got started, okay, I started with the $40 kit, the $40 kit, and then it was $40, now it's $45. I was broke. I was broke beyond broke, and I never thought that I would have enough money to support what I really wanted just as a customer of what to use. So I have done everything about trying to catch pennies and being afraid of spending money at the beginning. And I want to really invite you, I promise you, it is your mindset more than your bank account that is limiting you. And what I pray is that this little video will help you think differently so you can dream bigger and have more abundance in your life. So becoming a product of the product means you have to use your products and use them abundantly. And I want you to think about it in this way. Okay, it took me a while to catch up to this. When you partner with Young Living, when you become a wholesale customer and say yes to this business, you are partnered with a health food store. Okay, network marketing is incredible because the overhead is so low. right? You only need to spend $160 to be able to open the doors to a potentially multi-million-dollar business. That's extraordinary, okay? But what you put in is what you will get out. You are partnered with a health food store. And so when you think about shopping, don't just think oils. Please, step one, get to know all Young Living has to offer. If you are partnered with a store, think about it. If you were to open a grocery store, your own grocery store, would you go to a different store to buy milk? No, you would buy it from your own store. So if you're buying shampoo or conditioner or household cleaners or supplements or protein powder or face wash or makeup or baby butt balm, anywhere other than your own store, pause, think about it. Please don't limit your own potential. For me, the Essential Rewards program changed my life at a time when I was so broke it made it affordable for me to build an extraordinary library. Essential Rewards is so awesome. First month, 10% back. After 3 months, you're getting 20% back. Now, let's think about this for a moment, okay? Your starter kit gave you 24% off. With Essential Rewards, after 3 months, you're getting 20% back. That's a 44% savings. Okay, and what I did is I went and said, okay, how can I replace everything in my home, and then I can feed my essential oils addiction by just cashing out my Essential Rewards points. Leverage the promos. Leverage the promos. The other way to be easy way to an affordable way to become a product of the product is to leverage the promos. Are you aware that every single month, not just December when it's Christmas, every single month, if you spend $300, Young Living gifts you over $200 worth of product? Okay, so right now, it's the beginning of December. Think about all the sales that every store in the world is having right now. Did you know that you're partnered with a health food store? That if anybody decides to go Christmas shopping there and spend $300 on their friends and family, right? How much money do you usually spend on Christmas? Or on the holidays? What if you were to spend $300 or even $600? You could do two $300 orders and get over $400 worth of free gifts. You spend $300, Young Living gifts you. Okay, so one tip here in the beginning of December is just make sure your friends know. Holy cow, the savings. Look into the promos and then figure out in these promos which things you love best. Life 9, we all need probiotics. Oh my gosh, and Young Living's probiotic is the best in the world. They're free this month. Sacred Frankincense, that's over $80 bottle of oil they're going to give you for free. You know, if you haven't bought Sacred Frankincense yet because you were feeling like it was too expensive, go Christmas shopping and let Young Living gift you Sacred Frankincense. So if you want to be a product of the product, if you want to have ease and not feel like, oh, I can only put on 1 drop of oil because I don't want to use them up, leverage their Essential Rewards program, leverage the promos, and listen, if you can't do 300 this month, do 100 and ask a bunch of your friends, can I help you, can I get your Christmas presents for you? Pool your orders so that they get the benefit of your 24% discount. And you get you get the goodies, okay? So becoming a product of the product. The last thing that I really want to emphasize in becoming a product of the product, before we move on to this next piece here, is it matters. Okay, this is not just about growing your business. This is about changing lives. Okay, becoming a product of the product is not. It's not just a hobby or a self-care thing. Okay, it's about saving lives. We are so blessed that Sarah Harnish is in this world and that she found Young Living and created this incredible training system. This is the training system I recommend if you're really wanting to learn how to launch a business and get moving. And one of the things, you know, I got into essential oils because I'm a yoga teacher. I had a lot of stuff going on in my emotional body, my physical body. When I started using the oils, my life changed. My life changed. But I was in it because even just for the woo factor, I could feel how my spiritual connection with divine when I was meditating was enhanced by the oils. I could feel when I was losing my mind emotionally that when I put an essential oil on, I felt better, right? But then I started reading and studying Sarah Harnish and I went, oh my gosh, this is not just for folks like me that are into the spiritual side of things. This is for everybody. So I want to read, this was just going to take 2.5 minutes. But I want to read to you a piece from Game Plan on page 233 because one of the things that's going to help you share with ease is if you understand in every cell of your body, this is not about selling starter kits. This is about saving lives. This is about changing your life and inviting other people to feel better with you. Okay, so this is from page 233, those that have game plan handy and want to follow along, bottom of page 233. This is why it matters. This is why we all need to be on Essential Rewards. This is why we all have to share with the people that we love. The number 2 cause of death in the United States is cancer. 1,620 people a day die of cancer. 1 in 3 cases in the United States are directly linked to poor diet, physical inactivity, weight, or chemical exposure. The American Cancer Society says that only 5 to 10% of all cancer cases are from gene defects. 5%. Okay, that means that the other 95% of cancer cases are under our control. It's what we allow into our homes. The National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health studied 2,983 ingredients in our products at home, okay, and found 884 toxic ingredients. 314 of them caused biological mutations. 218 caused reproductive problems. 778 were toxic to the human body. 146 they knew caused cancer tumors, but were allowed in the United States, even though they were banned in other countries around the world. Many of these chemicals are allowed in common cleaning supplies in the United States, things under your cabinet right now. And if you don't already have the Think Dirty app, I'm going to invite all of you into the, check out Think Dirty app. It's totally free, and you can scan your household products and see what's actually in them, and then have fun throwing them away. Okay, 26 seconds after exposure, chemicals are found in measurable amounts in the human body. You already women? The average woman applies 300 chemicals to her body a day, 80 of them before breakfast. The top 10 dangerous chemicals in our home: air fresheners like plug-ins or candles. Second on the list, chemical cleaning supplies, drain and oven cleaners and furniture polish, as well as dishwasher soap and dish soap. Beauty supplies and personal care products, hairspray, gel, shampoo, and deodorant are laden with chemicals. Most deodorant has aluminum in it, and we slather it on our lymph nodes for 70 years. Many scientists believe aluminum exposures may be linked to Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. One of the top pollutants in the family home is laundry soap and fabric softener. You wash your clothes, it sits on your skin, it outgasses in your closet all night long. That information is straight from the government of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, top 10 killer household studies. There are 100,000 chemicals on the market today. The Toxic Substance Control Act of 1976 grandfathered them in. I'm going to read that again. The Toxic Substance Control Act of 1976 grandfathered them in. Grandfathered 100,000 chemicals into the marketplace. That means that there's no need to label them, that it is completely legal here in the United States for these chemicals to sit on our shelves and to go into our homes, and things like baby oil, baby bottle, things that we put on our babies, things that we put on our skin. Okay, so simply put, these chemicals have not had any safety testing, and we know very little information about their side effects. Dr. Samuel Epstein, chairman of the Cancer Prevention Coalition, says it is unthinkable that women would knowingly inflict such exposures on their infants and children and themselves if products were routinely labeled with explicit warnings of cancer risks, but they are not labeled. Since the 1940s, prostate cancer is up 200%, thyroid cancer 155%, brain cancer 70%, and the American Cancer Society estimates a 50% rise in cancer rates by 2020. Y'all, that's 2 years out. We don't have time to not share. This is so important. It is no wonder that the quality of air inside your home is 5 to 7 times more toxic than outdoor air quality. Now, what happens when your body is chemically overloaded? You may see something as catastrophic as cancer, but most of us feel it in other ways. Notice if any of these symptoms resonate in your body. Lethargy, inability to focus, sleep trouble, chronic inflammation, unexplained pain, skin issues, adult acne, hot flashes, stress, and fear. If you face any of these issues, it is time to kick chemicals to the curb. You can control what you allow within your home. Again, that was from Sarah Harnish's Game Plan, page 234. It matters. It's not just about feeling good. You can't be I believe that we, it's like when we find out something so huge, it's so important to share. So, number one, please be a product of the product, okay? Number two, as a product of the product, the more you're using, okay, think about it. Network marketing, the biggest way that I think we can make a mistake is, oh my God, I have to learn how to be a salesperson. No, you don't. Okay, we're all network marketers. If you have an amazing meal, what do? You share about it, right? If you find an amazing sale at a store, what do? You share about it. The more Young Living products that you pour into your body systems, that you add into your life, the more stories you're going to have to tell. Right? Because you're going to have your own living testimonials. It's not about making a sale. It's about, oh my gosh, I started using the Sleek products and taking the Sleek shake and using the oil and drinking the tea, and I lost 15 pounds. I feel fantastic. I think most people would be psyched to drop a couple pounds. I can brag about what I'm doing with Sleek and let the products sell themselves. So be a product of the product and share because it matters. Okay, so that's step one. Step two, share because you can't not. Okay, I'm going to reiterate this one more time. We don't sell oils. We refer people to the best online health food store on the planet. And then we invite them to join us in the revolution to clean up our homes and in turn clean up the world's. Okay, just think for a minute. Young Living, it's not a store, it's a movement. For more than 2 decades, this company, Gary Young, Mary Young, and the incredibly huge-hearted angels that have partnered with this company, including you, including me, okay? We have been working together to change the world. Think about it. If all of us, if we could do such powerful education that everybody said, you know what? No more chemicals in my home. I'm going to take my blue dish soap and toss it. I'm going to take that aluminum crap I've been putting on my armpits and toss it. And what if so many of us changed our spending, changed our purchasing, that instead of these huge factories that are pumping chemicals into our river systems, into our air, contaminating our beloved Mother Earth, what if instead of that, all those factories were torn down to make space for more farms? What if instead of spending the second half of our life in and out of hospitals dealing with another issue and another issue and another issue, we just took the issues away by taking the chemicals out, by being willing to be supported by the community that Young Living creates through friendships, through love? Think big. How could we change the world by changing our inner world first? Okay, so to that degree, if you can dream with me in that vision, use the products to tickle your taste buds, to change your own life. And then because it feels good, because you can't not talk about it, because how much your life has shifted, share with the people you love. Don't try to sell them. Tell your story, and then help them find youngliving.com and make sure they have your member number so that they, like you, can benefit from the same 24% discount that you get by starting with a starter kit. Starter kits are the only thing Young Living sells at half off, and they come with an incredible library that is education in a box. Okay, so those are the first 2 pieces. Become a product of the product by falling in love, by using your body as a laboratory, by being willing to change your own life, enjoy your own life. Share that with others and watch what happens. Okay? So now we're going to move to part 3 of this class. So you're in love with your products, or every day you're committed to falling more and more in love. Every Essential Rewards order you're placing, you're trying on new products. Okay, if you haven't tried anything in the home and beauty line, do it. If you haven't tried their Thieves stuff yet, do it. Branch out, okay? And then now you're ready to grow a business. Okay, I pray that everyone watching this video has already taken a really good, nice, long look at Young Living's income disclosure form. If you're not familiar, just Google it, income disclosure form, Young Living, and you'll get a sense of this opportunity. I want you to take a look at the average income, monthly income of, good morning, Melissa, thanks for joining us. Hi, Terry. I want you to really take a look at that income disclosure form and get a sense. You know, before I partnered with Young Living, I couldn't imagine making more than about $2,000 a month. You know, I grew up in a blue-collar family. We were pretty poor through my childhood. Always shopping at secondhand clothes. Never went out to eat, maybe once a year. And because of my scarcity mindset, because of my interpretation of reality, when I first started, I couldn't imagine making more than a couple $1,000s a month in general. And part of what my journey has been about is realizing how small I was thinking, and how money isn't evil. Money is connected to the person that has it. And I can't wait to become a millionaire so I can pour my riches over the world. The world needs our support right now, and more huge-hearted, empowered, incredible beings with more money is going to make a huge impact in this world when we need it more than ever. So take a look at your income disclosure form and ask yourself, what is my dream? Not my little dream, not the preconditioned thing that I've been raised my whole life. When I look at this income disclosure form, where am I going? And what do I want to do with the wealth and success that I am so capable of creating? Okay, so get clear on what your goal is. Then step 2 is have a plan. Okay, for the longest time, you know, I struggled to find a system to help me make sense. Network marketing was so foreign to me. I had gone the traditional route, did graduate school. I had done the 9-to-5 thing. I'd left the 9-to-5 thing to become an entrepreneur. I had started my own businesses, but I was a horrible boss to myself. I was working insanely long hours, like insanely long hours, 7 days a week, 12, 14 hours a day to scrape by. Okay, and then I was trying to feed Young Living in around the sides, and I didn't know how to start. I didn't know what success looked like. And it took me years. It took me years to achieve silver. You don't need years. You need a plan. Okay, so if you don't already own this book, Game Plan by Sarah Harnish, the book and the workbook, I posted last night the value of the workbook. I think this really approaches the outer game. What are the skills? What are the action steps that I need to take? And then the workbook, I'm going to argue, is even more important. Network marketing is personal development with a compensation plan attached to it. And the workbook, the writing exercises, the action invitations to do that inner game work, I promise you is going to catapult your business forward. If you're too busy and you skip the workbook, make time. Make time. If you can get your business to a place of financial freedom in 3 years or 2 years instead of 12 years, is that saving you time or losing you time? Okay? Skip Netflix and read a chapter. Do your chapter tonight instead. Okay, it's worth it. I promise you that it's worth it. But then here's the catch. Here's the rub. Here's, I hope, my nugget for these last few moments that we have together. The system's not enough. Okay, it's one thing to have a system, but what if all the system does is sit on your bookshelf? Not going to help you. Okay, so my opinion, my belief is that there are two things. There are two things that we all need in addition to this training system. Okay, support and accountability. Write that down. I honor that as a Royal Crown Diamond Rising, I need, even though I'm awesome, even though I'm fabulous, even though I've always kicked ass at life, whatever your story is, I honor that I too, just like everybody else, I need support and I need accountability. So what does that look like? So this is what my team has been trying on these last couple months and having incredible success with. And I pray that you share it and duplicate it out, okay? Support. My dear friend Patricia Lawfer, if you're not already following her on Facebook, she's incredible. Look for Patricia Lawfer. A couple years ago, we started doing book groups that were focused just on becoming better, on growing who we were. The first book we read together was Think and Grow Rich for Women by Sharon Lechter, which I highly recommend. Incredible book. But we started doing these book groups, and we would just read a chapter a week and get together on the phone, usually with a small group of people, to talk about it, to see how we grew. That Think and Grow Rich had writing exercises at the end, and we'd force ourselves, we'd hold each other accountable to doing those writing exercises, and then we'd get together in these book groups and we'd talk, and often we'd cry together, and often we'd, share what got shaken up. So I took what Patricia and I learned together from our book groups and said, you know what, that's what we need with Game Plan. We got to do book groups. Okay, so how do you create a layer of support? Start a book group. Sarah Harnish says, read it and find two to do it with you. Okay, so that might be you and a best friend. It might be you and two of your best friends. It might be You and a cross-line friend that you know, like you, maybe has been in the business for a while and hasn't had the momentum, hasn't had the success yet, and you're diving in together now. Reach out to find somebody that wants to read with you. And here's the thing, this also makes it so much easier to lead with the business. Most people want out of the matrix, want out of the rat race, want more freedom, want more time with their children. You don't have to know everything to lead with that. You can say, hey, listen, I just found out about this book that apparently this woman, Sarah Harnish, she made it from starter kit to silver in less than a year, and she was a platinum, $14,000 monthly income in 17 months. And she wrote a book about it. I'm kind of curious. I don't know if it works. I heard network marketing. I've heard mixed things. I'm kind of curious. But I'm curious enough to want to read this book. Would you read it with me? Start book groups and let your minds be blown open. I'm going to post in this event after this class is over a Google Drive doc that I created of one of many ways to break up the book as a book group. My favorite way to do it, and again I'll post the document, is that if you open up to the table of contents, you'll notice that there are a bunch of sections bolded. So I like to talk to the group. The thing that's awesome with this training system, it's a book. So people that want to build fast, read fast, go. People that need to move more slowly because you have 4 children and 2 jobs, I get it. Go more slowly. It doesn't matter. It's your choice. You are the CEO. You are the boss of your business. Part of being in network marketing, part of being an entrepreneur is taking 100% responsibility for your life and your choices. You're the boss. So you choose. But what I like to do is say, hey, let's do a section at a time. So in other words, like section 1, for example, talks about your why. It lays out, hey, this is what you might be doing now. This is what Young Living has to offer. What do you choose? Right? What do you choose? And then what's your why? Why would you say yes? And I cannot tell you how many groups I'm blessed to have been a part of where we come together after those first 3 chapters and we read our whys together and we share our stories. Lifelong friendships have been born in those conversations on the phone with people in different time zones, cross country, cross states. It's amazing. It's amazing. So support. Start book groups. Start book groups and find out who else in this greater community within Joyful YL and the Full Spectrum team and all of these amazing circles of team that we are. Who else is doing it with you, and how can you bring in more support? Okay? And within your teams, those of you who already have large teams, how can you bring together all of the folks who are rising into new ranks, bringing together the executives, bringing together those silvers rising, bringing together your senior stars risings, and giving an opportunity to feed each other and share in the journey and say, oh my God, I'm terrified to teach my first class too, and I'm not alone. You know, so that we can grow together. Support is so important. Okay, as leaders, I believe less, especially now that we have this tool, it's not about knowing everything. It's not. It is about learning together. Being vulnerable, being comfortable to say, I don't know, let's look it up together. Oh my gosh, let's grow together. It is so much more fun to grow together. So number 1, create support. Create tribes, create circles, create mini groups of people working at the same speed who can just love each other. Oh my goodness. Hello, Jeffrey Lewis. Thanks for being here. What an honor. Okay. Second piece is accountability. Second piece is accountability. So support and accountability changes everything. You got to have system, but then you got to do the system. Okay. Most people don't finish anything. Eric Worre, in one of his recent presentations that I was blessed to get to watch, he gave statistics, something along the lines of like 95% of folks who go through all the work to become real estate agents never sell a house. I think it is 98% of college students paying full tuition for college classes never finish their courses. Why? Because we're programmed for distraction. We're human. We're human. We're programmed for distraction. So how do we help hold each other accountable? Again, I thank you, Sarah Harnish. Sarah Harnish has created an accountability sheet. It's on her website, oilabilityteam.com, under free stuff. She invites all of her leaders to turn that in on the 25th of the previous month. So you walk into each month with a clear action plan. The questions she asks in that accountability sheet are extraordinary for helping you hone focus, clarify your goals, and clarify the action steps that are going to help you meet your goals. So use Sarah's accountability sheet, not just for yourself, but who's your accountability partner? And does everybody you love know about it? And are they using it? And what are they getting from it? And how can you make that part of team culture? Of course, you would do your accountability sheet. If you were going to hire somebody to become the CEO of a company, would you want somebody who was winging it or somebody that had a plan on paper? Okay, ask yourself. Okay, so support is huge. Oh my gosh, hello neighbor. Hi Ed, great to see you. Okay, so circles of support. So the accountability sheets are huge. And the other way is the book groups. Okay, if you have a book group, people reading and training together, reading how you two can break out of the rat race, where you can build time freedom for your life, where you can create wealth by lifting other people's lives. Okay, network marketing is a profession of a servant heart. It is a profession of giving and serving and loving. And the uncapped income is a side effect of loving people well, of showing up. Hi Sue, oh, so nice to see you. It makes all the difference. Okay, it makes all the difference. So help yourself be accountable by asking your team to hold you accountable. Love yourself and your team more, and I promise you it will grow. I'm hoping that you got some value from this class. If you loved it and enjoyed it, I'm sorry I haven't been great at seeing all of these comments coming up, but I'm absolutely nervous and excited about so many of the names popping up. So thank you for taking your time this morning to join. I know there's so many other things you could have done this morning, but you choosing to take in a little more education in the morning is one of the best ways that you will expedite the growth of your business, that you will expedite changing your life. So I love you all so much, so many blessings on your journey, and I look forward to seeing you soon.